I play with madness?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And we are going to have a lot of fun out here tonight. Let's get right down to it, though. Fastest qualifier, you're looking at him, Tom Mintz in Maximum Destruction on his bye run right now. Mintz, he's actually doing something that a lot of drivers do when they are the top qualifier. They take the lane they didn't qualify in, so they get a free pass in both lanes when they get a bye run. And Tom was a little wide washing out in that first turn. Second turn was beautiful, though. Tom Mintz is going to be tough to beat out here tonight in racing. No surprise, it's second fastest qualifier. It's Jon Zimmer in Amsoil Shock Therapy taking on the returning Scott Stevens. Look at Zimmer, though, through that corner. That was the best corner I think we've seen, and that includes what we saw from Tom Mintz in qualifying. Zimmer is running in about second gear all the way around the track, and he just put a flat whooping on Scott Stevens. Man, Zimmer looks awesome tonight. Stevens is still trying to finish. Coming to the line right now is Team Scream fans might like this one. Kohler and Bergeron. Steve Kohler and Chris Bergeron. They sit on the line. Steve Kohler leaves. He was actually faster in qualifying, but did not get the lead on the start. It went to Chris Bergeron, and Bergeron leads that time by. Let's see about this turn now. Oh, Bergeron sliding it out. Tried to stay on the throttle, couldn't do it. Steve Kohler goes to the next round. I guess we're racing for lane choice now as Andy Hoffman and Dan Runte come to the line. Runte, though, has the faster qualifying time. He is sitting on the line closest to you in the big blue Ford Bigfoot machine. Other lane, Andy Hoffman and Nightmare, they take off, and it's all Bigfoot on the whole shot. Bigfoot nice and tight on this first turn, too. Look at how beautiful he slides it around. Runte, truck and a half lead. Oh, Hoffman's going to go way wide in this corner with that landing. Bigfoot comes out of the final turn. Bigfoot's going to go and win it. Here comes Hoffman to the line, and oh, he's sideways. Didn't quite get the tires on the jump. Very good run for Bigfoot. James Teague III told me before this event started that he likes these big, long, sweeping tracks. And boy, you couldn't tell it with the entrance of that first turn. He was all over the place on the entrance of it. He still has the lead the first time by over Ricky Brantley and Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom just doesn't seem to be able to hold par with Carolina Crusher, and Carolina Crusher will walk away with the easy first round win. Mark Hall sitting on the line, getting ready to take on Mike Wine and the Jersey Outlaw. They leave the line, and Mark Hall takes off, and he actually got the whole shot on Jersey Outlaw, but the truck is pushing wide. He didn't even hit the rear steering, it looked like, going into that first turn, and Mike Wine opened it up and poured on the throttle, hit the coals, do whatever you want. Mike Wine's going to win this race easy. Adam Anderson on the line taking on Steve Macklin. They leave the line. Iceman left on the line. It looked like he was still on the cars as Adam had all four tires on the ground, pushing and pulling away goes Adam Anderson in this 106.7 the Fox machine. Macklin not going to be able to catch up. Adam Anderson bobbles a little bit right there, but he's still going to get the win. No, ladies and gentlemen, you're not seeing things. That's the icon, Dennis Anderson, leaving the line, and Gravedigger. First time he's made an appearance all season long, and he has to defeat and hopefully try to defeat Darren Basil, who swings way wide right there, but Basil still has the lead. Going into the final turn, Anderson's nice and tight, and I don't see Basil coming and beating that. It's all Dennis Anderson on the finish, and the Gravedigger goes to round number 2. Oh, look at this classic Dennis Anderson style, donuts after he wins. Boy, the drivers in this round right here might be underrated when it comes to racing tonight, because I think one of them has a shot to go all the way to the semifinals, maybe even the finals. Rich Helgendorf taking on Michigan Ice Monster and Chris Ryan. They left the line, and Ice Monster just flat dusted him around that first corner. Helgendorf has to come back. I don't think he's going to do it. Ryan gets a very big win. Excalibur leaves the line, lifting the tires off the start exactly like he did last week in Minneapolis. Coming around that first corner, it looks like it's going to be all Excalibur's. Air Force Afterburner is nowhere to be seen. Paul Cohen is not having a good run. That truck is crab walking all over the place. Steering looks to be way out of place on the Air Force machine. Cohen coming back hard, going to try and finish this race, maybe qualify for a fast loser. I don't think so. Joe Sylvester sitting on the line, and it's a miracle that truck is here if you haven't seen what happened to it in a practice jump to try and break that world distance record currently held by Dan Renzi and Bigfoot. Horrible end-over-end rollover. I'm surprised it's here. Sylvester, though, leading the first time by, taking the Tom Mintz approach, but Guy Wood rolls her over in the corner. I didn't see that. Our cameraman didn't see that. But Joe Sylvester is going to get an easy pass into round number 2, and probably a good thing with how bad that truck was torn up just a few short days ago. This one could be good. Pablo Huffaker and Jim Kohler, an Avenger. Kohler rocking the black paint scheme on the Avenger tonight, and he actually left Pablo Huffaker on the line. Huffaker had taken a hiatus, missed last week, and it looks like he shouldn't have taken a week out of the seat. Kohler is absolutely putting a whooping on the blacksmith machine. Jim Kohler gets the win. Oh, but it was close right at the end. Kohler still wins it, though. Slow down the finish here just a little bit of this race. It was a fairly close one. Kohler gets the win by about a truck. Very good race. Tom Mintz back in the lane that he qualified in, getting ready to take on Jim Kohler, an Avenger, and Mintz lifting the front tires up off the ground, but he didn't get the whole shot. That went to Jim Kohler, an Avenger. We could see an upset here, maybe. Lead that time by, though, went to Mintz. They both got a good bounce going into the final turn. This could be close coming to the line. It looks like it's going to be, Kohler bogged down in the turn. Mintz will get the win. They leave the line, Zimmer and Sylvester. Sylvester with the whole shot in bad habit. Shock therapy is going to have to play catch-up going into the first turn, and Zimmer does exactly that. He'll pull about a half a truck on that pass right there the first time by. Second time by, it is going to be all Zimmer, though. I don't know what happened to Joe in the corner, but he was nowhere near John. Hard hit, though. Sylvester's flipping just like he did in that practice jump I mentioned earlier. Wow, wicked rollover for Sylvester. Here you see it again. Sylvester cartwheeling that truck, backflipping it almost. Rough landing for Joe. They leave the line. Carl Van Horn with a little bit of a lift on the front end as he tries to take down Steve Kohler and General Tire. Around the first turn, looks like a slight edge for Excalibur. General Tire, though, I think may have one-tired over that first hill. He's staying on the throttle. Steve Kohler's going to come to the line. Not going to be enough. He did one-tire the last hit. Excalibur wins. Michigan Ice Monster on the line, going to be taking on Bigfoot. They leave the line, and the whole shot looks like it's going to go to Bigfoot. They come around the first turn. Boy, where Chris Ryan is strong at right now is about the middle of the turn off. He's on the throttle before anybody else. And there you can see Bigfoot washes out. Not going to be enough. And look at that. Ice Monster finishes before we can even zoom in and see what's going on. Oh, but Runny hooks a rut, and Bigfoot's going to roll over. How many times have you seen this war over the years? Gravedigger versus Carolina Crusher. They leave the line, and the whole shot went to Carolina Crusher. Digger didn't quite get the first turn. I think Dennis wanted. The rear steer looks like it was acting up, but he's got the lead the first time by. Crusher's going to have to play catch-up. Digger does not get the second turn that he needs. The win is going to go to Carolina Crusher in an upset. Oh, but Digger's rolling. What a rough ride for Dennis Anderson. Adam Anderson sitting on the lane closest to you. Far lane, Mike Wine and Jersey Outlaw. I think, if memory serves me correctly, this is one of the first times these two have met, and I believe Mike Wine probably got to see Adam in diapers over the years, and right now that kid that was in diapers just a few years ago is putting a whooping on that guy in the Jersey Outlaw. Oh, Mike Wine's up and over. Adam Anderson's going to win. All right, now we're getting into some point implications coming up here. If Tom Mintz was to lose this round, he would still come back as the fastest qualifier, or the fastest loser, because he was the fastest qualifier. And right now, I don't think he's going to lose this round. Adam Anderson's a truck length behind, but Tom takes a weird landing. Right as I'm praising him for how good he's doing, Mintz gets up on two wheels. He is going to lose this race to Adam Anderson. more point implications in this round. Tom Mintz will be the fast loser next round because of his fast qualifier status. Zimmer, leader in the points in racing, only 45 points ahead, is behind right now, and if he loses, he will not be fast loser, and Mintz will still gain more points on him going into Vegas, and James Teague III will get the win. Zimmer gives it everything he's got, and he's rolling over hard. Double barrel roll for Amsoil Shock Therapy, but he is out of racing tonight. Can Adam Anderson make it to the final round? Can he defeat Tom Mintz 2 times in a row? Can Mintz, on the other hand, defeat Adam Anderson, go into the finals, and gain even more points on Jon Zimmer tonight going into the final race of the season in Las Vegas? Adam is about a truck length behind, but we saw this same story just a race ago between these two. Mintz doesn't get on 2 wheels this time, and he is going to win, and win big on Adam that time. Tonight has kind of taken a weird turn as we've had a heavyweight side of the bracket, which Tom Mintz just won. And on this side, we've got guys that are just desperate to make it to a final round and get the TV exposure. And that's Chris Ryan in Michigan Ice Monster and James Teague III in Carolina Crusher. Ryan is having a beautiful pass. I think Ice Monster's going to do it, and yes, he is. Ice Monster gets the win. Carolina Crusher's on the trailer. There you see him, Mintz sitting on the line, Chris Ryan driving by slowly. This could be a good race. Well, here you go, ladies and gentlemen, the underdog and the veteran, Mintz and Chris Ryan. They leave the line. The 8-time world champion doesn't get the whole shot. It goes to Michigan Ice Monster. Ice Monster coming around the first turn. He will lead the first time by a truck. Can he hold it? Can Chris Ryan hold it and get the win over Tom Mintz? They come to the line, and he will, but barely. Here it is again, ladies and gentlemen. They come to the line. The winner, Michigan Ice Monster, just barely over Maximum Destruction. Affectionately known as Panda to Jon Zimmer and the rest of Sudden Impact Racing, Chris Ryan proved himself tonight in Michigan Ice Monster. Way to go, Chris. Great run. We don't know how much the points shaked up in racing, but next time out on Riggs of Rod's Monster Jam, freestyle. Don't want to miss it.